guys, to another episode of the You Like That podcast. Join with me, my name is Adam, and I'm one half of the You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack, I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
Yes, that is correct. We're back here another week, another main show episode. Again, cinemas are still down for Australia and New South Wales. We're going to be close, though. We're getting close to the you can go back out and see movies again, which will be great.
I respect the optimism, but I don't agree with it.
I know, but we can just try and hope to look forward to it. So, we've gone this week, and we have picked out Don't Breathe 2 to be our main show review. It was going to be an earlier one a few weeks ago, but obviously COVID stuff. Sequel to the original Don't Breathe in 2016. We'll get into that main review later on. We're going to jump into some news first, like always, and finish up with some questions at the end, like always. So, kicking us off with the news this week, 007 reported to be 2 hours and 43 minutes long.
Far out.
The longest of any James Bond film. You can now understand why this movie's delayed.
Apparently
so much. They're still editing it.
Apparently there's a lot more time to die.
There is.
Fucking plenty of it. I think it'll be 2 hours and 20 minutes of people talking who I don't know because I don't remember Spectre.
Yep.
And then 20 minutes of some cool action stuff.
Probably. That's about it.
And that'll be it.
Yep. There was probably going to be a sequel set up in the end of this movie too. I reckon that's been cut.
Absolutely.
It took this long. Nah. Yeah. 007's
because it was always going to be Craig's last, but you would have thought they would have jumped into like the next 007 pretty quick.
Yeah.
But I think after this shambles, they're just going to be like, put it to bed 5-6 years.
Yeah.
We'll just come back later.
We'll come back later.
Hope everyone's forgotten about it.
Yeah. So that's going to be a fucking long one.
I'm still really excited for it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great, but
I think that speaks volumes about Daniel Craig, like full stop.
Yeah.
I just think he is so fucking good, especially as James Bond, that even knowing that this movie goes for 4 years and has been delayed for 10 years, I'm still excited for it.
Yeah, it's still going to be a bop. It's just, it's going to be a lot to take in. But when
no reviews yet, hey.
Nothing yet. I don't think it's had any sort of screenings thus far. Everyone's in the dark about it still. I think now that the release is set in concrete, you'll get something October-ish maybe.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what happens from there.
Instagram will spoil whether he dies or not.
Yep.
It'll be impossible to avoid.
Yep. Speaking of runtimes, Venom 2 allegedly has a 90-minute runtime.
Yeah, I hope that's true.
90
Apparently
minutes
it's
not confirmed. It's not a massive, solid concrete leak. This is apparent. Some theaters have put this runtime out there.
Yeah.
Which hasn't always been true in the past, but for this I'd sort of expect it. I'd probably be more looking at the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, but you don't need to set anything up because
the
first one did it also.
But I guess you're probably going to look to where is this going to lead though for Venom?
Yeah.
After this movie, so
it's all about the post credits, isn't it?
It's always going to be about the post credits. So 90 minutes is going to be that'll be fine, but I'd like it to be just a little bit longer, just a tad.
Yeah, they got pushed up a week too. Did we say that last week?
I
don't remember.
I can't remember. But Venom 2 has been pushed up a week because Shang-Chi did so good.
Yeah, they're like, fuck it, October 1st. We don't want to compete with Halloween, which is getting bad reviews. Yep. Apparently.
Yep.
Is that in the news?
That's also in the news here. I've got that here.
Yeah, they don't want to compete with Halloween or No Time to Die, I guess. Because it'll go Venom, No Time to Die, Halloween.
Yep.
October's a big month. That's 3 massive movies that we've been... Like, Halloween's been delayed a year. Mm-hmm. Venom 2... They've all been delayed over a year, yeah. Longer. Fucking hell.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a big month.
It's going to be a big month for it. So speaking with the Shang-Chi of the reason that Venom's coming out, Shang-Chi's still killing it in this release.
Wonders.
Again, we still can't see it yet, and I'm so upset because I'm really...
I
so
want to
watch it.
I want to see it so bad.
So far, it's grossed $175 million in the box.
Yeah.
And it's still holding a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's highest rated.
It is the highest audience-rated comic book movie out of all Marvel catalog.
Hopefully they fast track it to Disney Plus. Like even with the paid thing, because
Evan still gotta see it.
I would pay $35 for that for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Very happy to pay it. So that's still killing it. Halloween Kills, so it's currently sitting on 56% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Because no audience has seen it yet. Despite this being its most brutal in the series, it's still...
People are not liking it.
People aren't loving it. I think it's still one of the higher rated ones in the Halloween franchise anyway.
Yeah, well...
But that's the Rotten Tomatoes horror critic score. You're always going to get a low.
The early
low
2000s were a weird time for horror.
Yeah, they really were. So, yeah, I mean, that's still coming out in October. And
that doesn't bother me at all. I didn't like the 2018 one.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of that.
And apparently all of that's the problems people had with that one.
Yeah.
It's all the same problems. It's like slow and meandering and not in a cool, spooky way. It's just slow and meandering.
The way that they've attacked the Halloween franchise in recent years it's just been an absolute mess. Yeah. Like, you gave it to Rob Zombie, who pumped out 2, then you rebooted it again, and then you're getting Jamie Lee Curtis back to being old bag and go, yeah, everything else before doesn't matter. This is now a sequel to the original. And you're like, fuck you.
Once you do that, once you do the soft reboot.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's not looking good.
Speaking of soft reboots, is The Matrix next?
I'm leaving that to last. Matrix last. We'll get to that.
So good at guessing the news.
Yeah, I know. It's all in here. No, but apparent jackass medical bill list has come out.
Oh, yeah, so $24 million or something.
Estimated. People have estimated to be around $24 to $38 million in medical bills for the entire cast and crew over all the movies and series.
But in America, that's just one checkup. What?
Boy.
Got him! Take that, the entire United States.
Yeah, get a better health system, you fucks.
Where's my Medicare card?
Johnny Knoxville's holding the highest amount out of all of them as well. His is apparently upwards of 8.5 million.
Yeah, I read this morning Peter are going after them again.
Oh, really?
They do it every movie and every Wild Boys and every... all you need to do is know one thing about Steve Allen. He's like the most animal rights activist. People, like, he climbed a fucking crane to spray paint a SeaWorld sign. Like, he wouldn't put animals in harm. He wouldn't work on a movie where animals are in harm.
I'm pretty sure you said Steve Irwin.
Oh, it's Steve Irwin. Animals, Steve, it's close.
I was sitting there, I'm like, where's he going with this? I'm like, because I remember the thing when Peter went after Steve Irwin because they were like,
Steve
he should have been going after these stingrays and shit. Everyone just like rinsed Peter. And it's like, yeah, sorry. And just like, no, you're a bunch of fucking dicks.
Yeah, no, Peter are the stupidest organisation in the world.
Yeah, they all are. But
so I meant Steve.
Steve-O, yeah. Yeah, no, it just shows Peter don't have much better to do at the time on their hands. But yeah, so Andrew Garfield's also still denying his involvement in No Way Home.
Yep.
In regards to a high definition 1080p look at Andrew Garfield on set.
Problem is he hasn't aged much in a long time, so it's very hard to validate.
Yeah. So an original footage came out in the same location, different angle, looked like a potato.
Yeah.
And that's when you go, easy to fake.
Yep.
And then this one comes out, it is complete high definition as if it's taken from the behind the scenes Blu-ray DVD.
Yeah.
And you go, kind of hard to fake that. Because
he's probably in
crystal.
It. Like, yeah.
Well, because he can't he's not just going to sit there and go, yeah, I'm in it. He's signed an NDA, obviously. Yeah.
And he's got another movie to promote, or a series, or whatever he's in.
Yeah, something. So, of course, he's going to keep going, nah, I'm not in it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And just deal with it. Just wait. Come on.
It's not that far away.
It's not. It's really not. Okay. Matrix 4. Got a trailer for Matrix 4 Resurrections. Showing John Wick in the Matrix. I mean, Neo, Keanu Reeves.
Well, like... John Wick probably exists in this world because they're watching The Matrix in The Matrix.
Exactly right.
Who fucking knows?
Maybe we get the full trailer. We see Keanu Reeves as Neo. You've got
Carrie-Anne Moss
that plays Trinity. And then you've got Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as a very young Morpheus.
Yep.
Confirming now there's no Lawrence Fishburne in the series. Before this production ever started, he did come out and say he wasn't asked to return. No one knew if Morpheus was going to return in this at all.
And he put it out there. It was like, if anyone wants to ask Lana Wachowski why I'm not in it, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So apparently he just didn't know it was happening.
Yep. So we've got Yahya playing him, who has...
He looks good.
It looks good. Obviously, he's coming off the back of Candyman, among everything else that he's been in massive in the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's a hot ticket.
And more coming out still.
Hot ticket name.
It sort of begs the question of this trailer. It's a weird trailer.
It's
a Matrix trailer.
It's a Matrix trailer, yeah.
It's confusing. The premise that we're getting from this first trailer is no one remembers who they are.
Yep.
Neo's got no idea.
Yep.
There's a scene of him and Trinity, and he's just like, have we met before? Weird things. If anyone remembers how the last Matrix ended, if you could ever understand it, you don't know what happened to everyone after that.
You know Trinity and Neo died.
Yeah.
So how are they alive?
Died somewhere in
Neo got his eyeballs burnt out.
Yeah.
Remember?
Something happened, but apparently everything's all good. But this is going to be one of those movies where you're going to have to pay attention.
It's going to be very meta.
It's going to be very meta.
Yeah.
It's going to be
it's all programs and skins and you can just make a new server or whatever. And fucking God knows.
It's going to be a lot of this and that. The only thing you can sort of take away is, okay, Lana Wachowski's still attached to this, directing it.
Yeah.
So you still have someone from the original source throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's taking elements from that original Matrix and throwing it in. You see a bit of it in this trailer.
It looks soft rebooty. It looks The Force Awakens.
Yeah. You've got
it looks
couple
a bit of that.
people.
And that might be a meta thing. Or it might actually just be a reboot.
It might be.
But Neo's like fully powered up. Like he's fucking swinging rockets around and stuff with his mind powers. So I just don't know.
It's going to be interesting.
I like seeing Neil Patrick Harris outside of things.
Yeah,
outside of How I Met Your Mother. He looks
great. That was great.
He's just like...
The
big theory is he's the Smith this time. But I don't see him being...
Nah.
I don't see him being a fighty guy.
Nah, someone else, because I looked up the wiki for it and there was another actor attached to playing Agent Smith.
One of the stuntmen from Reloaded was a Smith, like one of the other Smiths who's not Hugo Weaving.
Yeah.
And he's back. He was back on the stunt role.
Mm.
And then, of course, he's in the trailer. So maybe he's just the new lead Smith.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Possibly could be. So that was... they released a really cool interactive teaser before the trailer came out as well.
As they did in 1999. It's exactly the same.
It was a good... here's a website you go onto. It shows you select images, and if you're lucky enough, you'd see some rarer images that other people don't get. Interactive being the time that you're watching it, it will come up on the screen in the video saying, even though you think it's 11:59 a.m., and then it continues on, and it changes for every single time you watch it.
Yeah.
Just cool shit. Cool little bit of promo. I mean, even though the trailer came out the next day anyway, it's sort of just like, not many people to play around with that, did they?
No.
But hey, Matrix is there. It's coming back in full swing.
It's going to be weird and hopefully good.
Hopefully be a long one to watch with. Cool. I just wanted to end on some quick some gaming news. So obviously we're big gaming boys. Had a bit of a showcase of some new big games on their way. Starting with
the PlayStation showcase.
Yeah, the PlayStation showcase.
The one that matters.
The one that matters, of course. And I think a lot of people are questioning why they bought Xbox after seeing this. We got Marvel's...
Because nobody can buy a fucking PS5.
Exactly right. And now I want one. I'm like, I don't know where to get it.
Yep.
But sure. Marvel's Wolverine on PS5 has been announced.
Yep, made by Insomniac, who are making the Spider-Man games now.
Because we also got the announcement for Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
With Peter Parker and Miles Morales in suit.
Yep.
And showcasing Venom, voiced by Tony Todd.
Tony Todd from Candyman, the original Candyman.
The original.
I think he shows up in the new one. I think that's been spoiled, yeah.
Yeah, I did say that. Which that'd be really cool there.
God, the Venom design is so fucking good.
Oh,
it looks
the eyes are unreal,
ridiculous. Yeah. And you get a bit of Craven's voice as well. So
yeah, that was something that people dug out
hunt
and went, ooh, a bit of Craven. We also got God of War Ragnarok got announced.
Yep.
For character listing of people that are in this game, character-wise. Fat Thor, Thick Thor. The Thor that more of us can relate to now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being little chubby daddies. And then I think the main takeaway from this was Knights of the Old Republic remake. The Star Wars game.
Not Gran Turismo 7.
You can bring up Gran Turismo 7. To me...
Cars go fast.
Gran Turismo, when I played the first one on like PS2 many, many years ago, every time a new one's been released, I'm like, isn't that the same game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cars go fast.
But cars go fast.
And that's what we should take away from this episode.
Okay, cars go fast is what we should take away. All right, that's all our news for that one there. Nice big old list there. So let's jump into the main review of the week here. We're going to talk about Don't Breathe 2, released 2021, directed by Roda Seguez. Hard one. This is his directorial debut.
Is it? I couldn't tell.
But he did also write the original, the first Don't Breathe.
Okay.
And he also wrote the Evil Dead remake.
Okay.
He wrote that. This was written by him and Fede Alvarez.
Who directed the Evil Dead remake, yeah.
Who directed the original Evil Dead remake,
So
co-wrote
like
it,
swapping, yeah.
and he directed the first Don't Breathe.
Oh, okay.
So they've worked together on a few things before. This one, he sort of went, you direct this one.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
So runtime of 99 minutes, budget of 15 million, boxed brought in 42.2 million. Rotten Tomatoes, 40% on the critics, 85% in the audience.
Cool. It's quite a gap.
It's a gap. Cast here, nothing massive. You've got Stephen Lang, Brendan Sexton III, Madeline Grace, Adam Young, Bobby Schofield, Rocky Williams, Christian Zagia, Stefan Rodri, and Stephanie Akila.
Is Stephen Lang the angry army guy from Avatar?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I thought he looked familiar.
Yep. Okay, so, Jack, I already know what you're going to say, but tell me, what are your thoughts on Don't Breathe?
I didn't like it. It was boring. This movie was boring, and it was in pitch black. How many fucking storm a house, but the guy is an ex-Navy vet and he can do fighting tricks and booby traps, and there's a kid singing. Stop doing that. It's the movie Becky. It's the movie Don't Breathe 1. It's just like, we've seen this movie so many fucking times, and it's so fucking boring, and it's so dark. Some cool gore that she cuts like an arm off, and that was like quite cool.
Yep.
Some uncomfortable stuff with some super glue. And then I turned it off with about 20 minutes to go because I was not paying attention and I was bored and it was ugly and I didn't want to watch it anymore.
Yep. I knew this is what it was going to be like.
I haven't seen the first one. I don't have the connection to the first one.
So you haven't seen the first one.
The first one has a fucking hell of a cult following. If you go on Reddit one single time, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
People love that first one.
So, I like this movie.
Okay.
I like the first movie.
Okay.
But I like this better than the first movie.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
There are two different feels to the movies between the first and the second, and they both encumber a different feeling to the overall of the film.
Yep.
This one, I like the direction that it went in now. Obviously, the ending of the first one left it to be there's going to be a second one that Stephen Lang's character is alive still. But what we get after that, who fucking knows?
From what I know of the first one, this second one is a bit more story-y. Like the first one really is just kids rob a house and get killed.
So yeah, I'll give you the rundown for the first one. So the first one is basically Stephen Lang is just a blind man that lives in this rundown home, and a bunch of kids break in because they hear that he has a stash of money hidden away, and because he's blind, they think it'll be an easy score.
Yep.
What they don't know is that he's an ex-Navy SEAL who is very well trained and very well accustomed in fighting and has learned to use the ability of his blindness to his advantage.
I do like in the second one that he still gets his ass fucking handed. Like, he's still clearly blind.
Yeah.
Like,
so
he obviously goes in with a plan, but all they need to do is hit him from a different angle, and his plan kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
And he has a gun, and he's just like shooting anywhere and hoping for the best. Of course, because it's a movie, he hits them all directly in the neck or whatever. But it was nice to see him actually acting, like just swinging a gun around or getting surprised or whatever.
Yeah. So the main basis from the first one as to the twist to the movie was he had kidnapped women in his basement, in which he was inseminating them with his semen to
I do remember
replace his daughter, who he had lost.
Okay, yeah.
So his whole thing was he just wanted his daughter back, so he decided he'd kidnap women, rape them, inseminate them, get them to birth a child, and then he would let them go and be on their merry way. He's like, I don't want to hurt these women, I just want my daughter back. And that's it.
Yeah.
But you look at that going,
not a nice thing to do.
That's not great.
No.
I'm sure you can meet a lovely woman who will gladly let you put your semen.
Probably easier ways to do it.
It's not hard.
Yeah, that's I forgot about that.
So that's the basis for your first one as to what happened. And then obviously these kids fight back. They start getting murdered and whatnot else. They think they kill him at the end of the first one.
Yep.
Hit him a couple times with a hammer. As you said, it's very easy to fight this guy off if you just dazzle him a little bit with more sound.
Yeah.
And a couple whacks from behind. Obviously, leave him, and the movie ends, obviously, with he's not dead. And
Clearly.
sequel's on its way.
Yep.
So then you get the sequel now, which is he has a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Still living by himself, obviously, but living with her now. And again, there's another break-in of sorts into his house. For what reasons, we don't know, but we know that there is a twist to follow from the trailer that was released for it. And straight up, it's just the fact that he stole this kid.
Yep.
From...
not his kid at all.
Not his kid at all. Didn't steal her in the worst of circumstances.
No, he got her out of a shitty situation.
Her parents were running a meth lab and it blew up.
Yep.
And she escaped. He found her and took her home. The dad went to prison for 8 years. And that's why we find him and his posse have come to this house. To get his daughter back.
Yep.
Because the mother needs a heart.
Yep.
She, from the chemical explosion, has since burnt out her insides and taken in too much chemicals in which she is dying. And the only way to fix her is with a compatible heart, one of which would come from a
7-year-old.
a 12-year-old girl that is your own. So the movie does well in sort of a sense of not being as disgusting as the first one.
Well, there's certainly less semen in it by the sounds of it.
A bit, yeah, but this one just feels more of a complete story and a bit more easy to take in. I know you said it's boring on your side, and it's easy to see why it can be, but I felt more grabbed into this movie when the parents got the daughter back and then realised, oh, they're still bad people.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to tear out the girl's heart and put it into the fucking junkie one.
They don't want their daughter back, they just want the heart.
They just want the heart.
It's pretty brutal.
And then you get a bit more of a, hey, Stephen Lang's character is a bit more of a good guy because he's coming back to save her and be like, no, this is fucked.
Yeah.
And so at what point was it that you turned off? Do you remember last time that happened?
No, I saw most of it, I think. What happens? I didn't see it. Does the dad die?
Like the real dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that. I saw the bit where she's handcuffed to the mum and she falls off.
Yeah.
And then I sort of zoned out and I was just like, I'm not listening to this. There's just no point.
Okay,
so it was around that area.
Yeah, okay, cool. So the fight breaks out then between the dad and Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
Sort of fogs up the whole room and it's the whole, like, blindly trying to fight and make your way through. He eventually catches the dad and then goes, now you see what I see, and then he just thumbs his eyes.
Oh, no, I did see that bit.
Yeah, you saw that bit.
Quite a good effect.
Thumbs his eyes, really cool.
Good
really good effect of that one there.
Yeah.
And then, he sort of tells the little girl, don't come to me, just leave. Everything he said is right. I've done very bad things. I've raped, I've murdered. You shouldn't be anywhere around near me. You should just leave.
Tells her that now.
The dad stabs Stephen Lang in the back. And then, as he's about to sort of cut his throat, she comes back in, stabs her dad, kills him, and he goes, nah, you cool.
Okay.
But he sort of succumbs to his wounds.
Yeah, it sounds like he's probably dead, right?
Yep, succumbs to his wounds. She leaves to move in with the kids in the town that she made friends with, and that's sort of it. And then we get my segment where I say Jack missed that mid-credit scene. Because it was a mid-credit scene here. It comes down to the dog moving into the pool area, finding Stephen Lang's body, licking his hand, laying down next to him, insinuates still alive.
Okay.
So we could possibly be getting another one after this.
Yep.
So, I mean, overall, I'm not... Like, it's not an amazing movie, this, in any form. But, for me, I really enjoyed it. I liked where the story went, opposed to the first one. It just seemed more of a story than anything. than just sort of like your throwaway horror movie. He's a
setting up
scary
kills, yeah.
killer movie.
Yeah.
And this one just sort of had a bit more of a drive to be like, now let's try and make something that's
Something happened.
got something in it to make them go, all right, let's get from here to there and get a resolution and then get a finale.
Yeah.
And then a setup to whatever else is to come from there. So, practical effects I thought was really good.
Yeah.
The use of the kills were...
Yeah, some cool stuff.
They did good to make sure it wasn't, crappy CGI type mess.
Thank God.
It was legitimate. Here's a fake body that you can bash and really spurt out all this fucking...
And with a $15 million budget, like, you have to go practical pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
Just make some dummies and put some eye goo in them.
Yep.
And squeeze it out of them.
Squeeze it out. Works really well. Super glue some faces shut.
Yeah. I like that. He stabs him in the cheek so he can breathe.
I thought that was pretty
And then he's just like,
ingenious.
I can just like cut the glue open. Like,
Yeah,
you need to get stabbed in the cheek at all.
You so you can breathe, and he's just like, I'll smash this, and there we go. That worked better. Could have done that, but
Man.
it's all that
Even the
fucking
slightest dry lip hurts like hell.
talent. Oh yeah,
Imagine doing that.
There's some super glue. Fucking no, thank you.
The ragtag team of house stormers are just like the weirdest looking cunts, hey?
There's always one that looks Swedish.
Yeah. There's always one that looks like Machine Gun Kelly with a bad mullet.
Yeah.
It's just like any crackhead just looks like Machine Gun Kelly to me.
Yeah, and always has to be the most unhinged one.
Yeah,
Out
of
of the
course.
lot.
The one is a bit too violent.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? You're getting a bit
He's
too
a
much
bit
out of
over
this,
the top,
mate. Chill
He's
out.
just like, we picked the right guy. He's like, yeah, he's a crazy fuck, but hey, he gets the job done.
You'll do it.
So yeah. I mean, there's not much else beauty wise to this movie. As you said, it is just darkness for
It's so
90%
dark.
of the
Fucking
movie.
hell, it's so dark.
It just sort of plays into the notion of his blindness.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just sort of how you need to have it. If you're going to have a movie about a guy that's completely blind, having it set in complete light probably is not the idea.
It doesn't matter, does it? Because he's blind.
Exactly right. But, I mean, at the same time, if he's blind, why would he turn all the lights on? Save
That's
all the
true.
electricity.
It's true.
So, it's got
Yeah,
reasons.
they wouldn't, would they?
Exactly.
If you're blind, tell us. Do you just leave all the lights off all the
Yeah.
time? You would, wouldn't you?
Surely. You would just remove all the switches.
Yeah, like
Be
if you
I
live
don't
by
have access.
yourself, obviously.
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, I guess it depends. I'm sure there's some blindness,
Levels of
like level
blindness,
blindness where
yeah.
maybe shadows are a thing, and
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it
yeah.
is lit up, you might see like just that outline of something a bit more than.
Outline of Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, exactly right there.
But yeah, just like the house storming was just too slow and just boring.
Yeah.
Like boring is the word I keep coming back to. I just found it really dull. This
Yeah.
movie, like.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. There's a lot of parts where it could be done a lot more. Then some parts are done really good. And then overall, it's just like, yeah, you just kind of get what you get here. So Stephen Lang actually did work with the Northeastern Association for the Blind in Albany, New York.
Mhm.
So you could accurately depict the mannerisms of someone who was afflicted with blindness.
Yep.
So you try to make it a bit more realistic in how he would act.
Yeah, you don't want to be all ableist and just like swing your arms around and go, buh, 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 I
Yeah.
can't see. Like,
Yeah.
that's not how blind people
Yeah.
operate.
So I mean, it's pretty good to see when actors will go and do this type of work and research, especially if it's a movie that's not a AAA type movie. It's not something that's gonna win you awards and shit.
Yeah,
But you still want to put something into it.
commit to the role, yeah.
Commit to the role and make it seem like it's a bit more believable. So yeah, we'll possibly get a third one after this.
Probably,
Who
if it's
knows?
doing well.
We'll get another story.
It's made money because they didn't make it for very
Yeah,
much money.
exactly.
So it's always going to turn a profit.
Yep. And yeah, the only thing I was saying, I felt like Stephen Lang was really, really old in this.
He sounded so old.
Yeah.
He was really putting a voice on or something.
First one he was pretty good. And then I'm thinking of Avatar and I'm like, fuck, that movie was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he would have been a lot fucking sharper then.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just getting way too
Maybe
old.
he's just,
now, but,
maybe he's actually old.
Yeah, that could also be it. Alright, so that's Don't Breathe 2. It is available in cinemas if you can get to one. Or you can check a P.O. box.
Yeah.
It might be there.
Magic mailbox.
If you've seen the first, you may as well like this one. I don't highly recommend checking him out. But if you want something that's a little bit different and off the left, yeah, check it out. But ultimately, It's nothing major you're missing out on here. But hey, it's a movie. All right, let's jump to some questions now. Let's end this off and get out of this hot ass fucking room. So I'm gonna start with your questions first, because you just somehow come in and just send in some
every now and then.
questions.
Every now and then I'll think of something.
Your brain goes, "Oh, that's a good question. I'll fucking send it through." So, did you pass or fail your learners?
I passed mine first try.
Go?
Yep.
Same.
First try. It was raining. It was like fucking... Like Noah with his ark would have been like, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
This is too much rain.
Yeah.
So I think the guy just felt sorry for me, and because I just did 20 kilometers under the speed limit everywhere because we couldn't see like in front of us. It was raining that bad.
Wait, the learners. Wasn't the learners just a theory test?
Like learner 2Ps.
Oh, learner to Ps.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we meant just like gang the learners.
Yeah, no. Well, I passed that too. So
Okay.
my answer applies to both.
Okay, yeah, same here. Preparation for your learners, like when you were about to do the learners test, did you put like heaps of prep into it?
Yeah, I did that practice test so much.
Did you?
Yeah.
Me, the night before.
Damn.
Couple of times.
I did it heaps.
I did it a couple of times the night before, and I was just like, no, this will be right. We'll be good. We'll be Gucci, man. And then I was doing the practices. I'm just like, holy fuck, there's a lot of questions here that I could get. And some of them like, fucking what? And then I did it the next day.
Just nailed it.
Fucking aced it. I was
Fuck
just like,
yeah.
woo! Boy, thank God. But learners to P's also passed that first time.
Yeah.
Where did you do yours?
Kayama.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. Did everyone say that was like the easiest place to do it?
It
That's
was
what
just,
I kept getting told.
It was just the closest for me.
I just kept getting told that Kayama was the easiest route. It was the generally better people to drive with there.
Yeah.
So when I did my practice tests with my driving instructor beforehand, he just kept taking me the loop that they take.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of know-how where to go, but just shitting bricks the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was sitting there...
It's a terrifying thing to
Because
sit
you're sitting there
car.
driving, and I remember driving past Bombo fucking beach, and it's just like, water looks nice today, doesn't it? I'm like, don't fucking tell me to look somewhere else, you fuck. I'm not falling for your shit, I'm driving.
And like
I'm just driving.
Anything you do, they have to mark something down, but like every time they mark something down, you're like, oh, they're deducting a point.
That's an X.
It's like, no, they're just going through their procedure sheet. Like that's
I
all
heard
they're
an
doing.
X, that wasn't anything else. That wasn't a tick, that was an X, I'm done.
Then my full license, I failed 5 times on the same day.
What?
4 times, and then I got it on my 5th time. I just kept failing one question and paying for it every time.
Oh my!
And the lady was like, "I'm gonna have to ask you to leave." And I was like, "No, I've got it this time." She's like, "Okay, this is your last try." Like, I shelled over so much money, but I was like, "I'm just here. I'm here. I want to get it done.
Yeah.
I'll just do it." And then finally, I got it on that 5th attempt.
Oh my God!
I just wanted to get it done. So
that one I was sketching out the most for, because obviously learners, yeah, all right, and then Peeves was like, oh, fuck, because you're in a car and it's a little bit scarier. Yeah. Green Peas, easy as piss. That one's a handover basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the full license was just like, yeah, these questions are like full on now. The whole like touch the screen. Yeah. Bullshit. I remember
it was one of the timing ones. So
yeah,
it was just like when to go, and I was just like, I don't fucking know.
Because they're like,
so it's
tap
pure
every
chance.
time it's safe to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so do I just keep tapping until I feel like it's done, or do I just tap once and then go, yeah, I've gone safe? And I'm like, I kept doing the practice ones and I kept failing. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Is it one of the trick questions where you don't press at all?
Yeah.
It's like, it's never safe to go.
I was lucky I passed that one as well, first go. Fuck. Yeah. That's all right.
I wasted so much money that day.
Hey, you got there in the end, so it's all right. Have you ever walked out of a movie you paid for?
Yes. What's it called? Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer. And I didn't pay for it, of course. My mum did, because I was a fucking little shit kid. But yeah, even I was just like, I'm so fucking bored. And we got out and like, a bunch of teenagers, and we just walked into another theatre. Yeah. I don't know what movie was playing, but it was like almost at the end anyway. So we're just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll just sit in here and finish our Maltesers. But as long as we're not watching Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah,
see, I never saw that in cinemas. I only remember, I think I either watched it on just normal TV or on DVD. But
it was on TV all the time.
Just had it on. I was just like, oh yeah, but I don't remember it, so I've never gone back and revisited.
Yeah, I don't remember that movie at all.
But I've never walked out on any.
That's the only one I have.
Slender Man was the closest. Yeah, and I was with everyone. I was with Brooke, my sisters, Steve, and we're all just like, do we just leave? I'm just like, I kind of just want to see where this goes.
At this point, it's about the principle. You just like, I've paid. Like,
Yeah. When it's your own money paying for it, you go, they've rewarded me for the ticket. I'm just going to do it.
You might as well.
You may as well take my time as well. Otherwise, I'm just giving money for fucking free.
But as soon as the credits are about to roll, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Just fucking, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, because I didn't pay for that, it was the Dine and Discover thing.
Yeah.
That one, I was just like, I could just like, I know every joke Ryan Reynolds is going to make, but I somehow got through, and then lockdown started and we didn't have to do it anyway.
Yep.
Thankfully, that was free.
Yeah, there you go. What band could you comfortably fill in for if needed? Any instrument?
Not any instrument, because I can't play instruments. and not like technically, just in terms of knowing all the words to every song.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just Deadlights and Justice.
Yeah. I could have told you that.
Maybe Metallica in a pinch. Depends how deep they go in. Their deep cuts. Maybe Metallica. But I don't know. I'm bad with lyrics.
I could do guitar for Parkway.
Okay.
Because in the time that I was learning guitar was when Parkway was massive, with Killing with a Smile and Horizons. So that's all you learnt.
Just
learn
learn
their songs.
the metalcore riff and go from there.
Parkways, Ike of the Prom Queen, all that was just all you'd learn to play. Or I would just sing for Real Friends. Yeah. Or Enter Shikari.
Okay.
Because of just the whole catalogue is just endless and just amazing in every single stage. Have you been broken up with more or broken up with people more?
Yeah, this is just a question for you because obviously I know my answer. I've only been dumped once by your lovely fiance via MSN, which ages us both quite badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never dumped anyone, and I've never been dumped since. They've all just fizzled out really sadly.
Okay, so no dumping or breaking up with.
There was a lot of, hey, have you met my boyfriend? It's just like, aren't I your boyfriend?
And then the messages kind of stopped.
Yeah,
and
then
well,
like,
I guess that was just a nothing. I didn't even put a mark on the board for that one.
That was just a little placeholder, I guess, a seat warmer.
I've broken up with more people.
Ooh, you're a lady killer, huh? Fucking heartbreaker out of my room.
I was earlier teen years. Then as I was a little bit older. Now there was a couple broken up with me, but I think if mine outweighs the dumping process.
How did you do it? Through text? Are you a text dumper?
A lot of them were. A lot of them were an instant message of some sort. Never face to face. Don't like confrontation in that sense. I did it once face to face. It was the most awkward thing ever. And
I don't even know. I can't even put myself in that place.
It sucks. You say one thing and it's just like, oh, all right. I remember walking out and I said to her mum, yeah, I'll see you later. And then
never saw her again.
My ex just went, see you later. And I was just going, I don't know what to do. Just got in my car, drove away. I'm just like, at least it's done. It's done now. Worst thing in my life.
Yeah, right.
If I could change anything in my life, I would dump her by text instead.
Anyone else on earth would say the opposite. This is, I wish I had more morals and did it in person. Like, nah, fuck that.
No, if you think that's the right thing to do is to break up with someone in person, it's not.
The thicker the wall, the better.
Yep. Definitely so.
I mean, that's still better than it just fading out and not knowing. That absolutely,
fizzle.
It absolutely fucking sucks, man.
All right.
Just waking up one day and being like, can I just go back to being a creep? Like, what am I allowed to do here? Jump on the story reactions.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Brooks now.
How many relationships have you been in?
Fucking too many.
Oh, really?
My early teen years were a lot of 2-week relationships.
Yeah, you were a scene. That was the scene thing to do.
Yeah, it was.
You just bounced through them.
Find someone on Tumblr. Yeah, we're dating now. 2 weeks later, it's just like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, can't do that anymore.
The golden era of human relationships.
Look, real relationships. I think there's only ever been 3.
Okay.
2 younger ones, and then now obviously with Brooke, who is just my life partner now.
Yes.
So I never have to worry about breaking up with anyone ever again.
Yeah, you've done the hard yards.
Exactly right. Okay, so her questions: who is the greatest female vocalist of all time? When I heard this, I'm like, that's a hard one.
Yeah, because like
there's not a lot. I know there's a lot of female vocalists.
Yeah, you just think back of all the old soul Motown stuff like Aretha Franklin and And then you get a bit into the 90s with like Whitney Houston, you can just fucking belt them out, you know. I don't like it per se. I don't like the sound of it, but I'm saying like
Yeah,
technically.
like, where you going? I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I know you're trying to say they're technically the best.
Oh, Respect is a massive song. Like,
Hayley Williams,
Aretha Franklin,
Paramore,
probably Hayley Williams. Just in, like in terms of songwriting, B technical proficiency. Like she's got it all. She's got hooks.
When you listen to...
She's got hooks for days.
Like, if you go back and you listen to Misery Business and then you jump to now and listen to whatever they do now...
Yeah.
It's different.
And it's still good.
And she's been able to make her voice change in so many different ways. Like, slightly, not by much, and then enough to notice it. And it's still just fucking amazing.
And unfortunately, she's doing this singer-songwriter stuff now, which I just...
Yeah.
I would rather listen to anything else on earth.
Paramore to fizzle away the way they did, and now
she said they're coming back. She said they're ready to rehearse, whatever that means.
Just play Misery Business, and we'll all be happy. It's
not
the same.
Yeah.
She married Chad Gilbert from Newfound Glory, and that lasted about 6 months.
Yeah.
She jumped on the track of Vicious Love. They redid that, came out with her doing guesties on it, and they broke up. And I've gone, Vicious Love, all right. Yeah, there you go. Who is the greatest male vocalist of all time? Straight up before you answer, it's Rick Astley. He's never going to give you up. He's never going to let you down. He's never going to run around or hurt you.
My real answer is Devin Townsend, just because of how much he does, and like,
he's so bold.
But he's an extremely bald man.
It's the same though.
He's got the shiniest head in the world.
Mine's not as shiny at the moment, but
but in terms of who I like the most, whose voice does the most thing, who gives me the little fizzy bits.
Let me guess, Boback from Justice.
The little fizzy bits here, just above my willy, just make me kind of go, ooh.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it.
Oh, fuck it.
It's James Hetfield from Metallica.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Every week I'm gonna answer Metallica somehow. But yeah, the first S&M is just like that changed everything for me in terms of music.
If you all haven't guessed that, I'm not a massive Metallica fan.
In terms of latching onto vocals, it's because of S&M by Metallica.
Lorna Shore's new vocalist is pretty good.
Will Ramos
comes in with the zombie squeals. That's just a joke. I don't listen to Lorna Shore at all. Just that one breakdown because it's.
Yeah, what sucks is that song is so good, but nobody gives a fuck. They ought to skip to the end to that bit to go, TikTok.
It's a 6-minute song. It's a long song.
Yeah. That's the point of the genre.
Alright, look. Matt Heafy from Trivium is God.
Yeah, especially coming back from a blown out voice.
Yep.
Like to be back to where he is now.
He did so well. Like, for me, Shogun is the greatest album they've ever released.
Yeah.
That's my number one album is Shogun.
I don't think anyone... I don't think anyone would argue with that.
That album came out and I was like, this is fucking something different. Because it had the Asian culture stylings to it, which I really fucking loved. Especially the title song, Shogun.
Yeah.
That's a 10-minute track of just pure riffs.
Yeah. We still had his long hair. That's where all the power came from.
Yeah.
Long hair. I was about to say bring it back, but he can't. Genetically cannot bring it back anymore.
And he's now completely bald.
He's a very bald man. He's joined Paolo.
Yeah.
In the bald camp.
Yep.
But and then they come back with What the Dead Men Say, and it's like it's a new voice, but it's still so undeniably his, and he's doing so much more with it. And like, fuck, if they're still on the trajectory.
And then The Sin in the Sentence when that came out, same thing.
Yeah.
And What the Dead Men Say, and then now the new stuff as well.
Everyone says What the Dead Men Say is better, but I disagree. I think The Sin in the Sentence is better. It's hard. They're both so good.
They're so level.
They're on a run.
Because The Sin in the Sentence, I was like, yeah, we're getting back to some good old Trivium here. And then What the Dead Men, I was like, ooh, they're keeping this going. But just a little bit more.
That record is stupid good. It is
pump
so
out
good.
so many. You know what the best thing about Trivium is as a band? You can watch all of their live shows for free on Matt Heafy's Twitch.
That's crazy.
Because
like
he programs all of the sound from the mixing board into the Twitch. So that's all you hear. You don't get crowd or any sort of like shit noise. It's just straight from their systems.
Growing up, maybe your favourite band would release a live DVD, maybe. And sometimes it was shit.
Sometimes
the Protest the Hero one is one of the worst live sets ever recorded. And it's their only DVD.
Yeah. See, Lucky Rammstein was always a production.
Yeah. And then you got some bands who release them every album. Like, I can't think of an example, but whatever. There probably is.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
But now
I miss the days of...
I do miss a live DVD.
Doing the deluxe CD, so they do you the CD and then you get the deluxe live DVD of a live set from somewhere. Behind the scenes. You'd get that for Bullet for My Valentine all the time, A Day to Remember. They were the best getting out buying those deluxe CDs. I miss those days so much.
Long
okay. What taste reminds you of home?
Any form of... Mum would just make these fucking ridiculous cheesecakes for kind of no reason. She would just like experiment with them and stuff. So any kind of like overly chocolatey cheesecake that feels like it's just going to kill me on the spot, but is like too good.
Yeah.
Kind of that. That just reminds me of my mum.
I don't know why, but I feel like schnitzels were always something that were always cooked in my house.
Yeah, we would do
a few a lot of schnitty dinners than anything. Whenever Mum made her Dutch bottekek cookies, were incredible. But yeah, I guess wherever there's barbecue sauce, it feels like home. That's where it is for me.
Mum was big on spaghetti when she couldn't be fucked. She just makes spaghetti
Yeah.
bolognese. So I ate a lot of spaghetti bolognese growing up.
Yeah, there was a bit of spag in the day.
Which is good because I really like it. Like, I'm not ragging on that.
Yeah,
It's just an observation about my house growing up. There's a lot of spaghetti bolognese. Not a problem.
No, of course not. Of course not. Have you ever been scammed?
Yes.
Yes, very
Extremely
recently.
Yeah, because, you know, we're in the pandemic, so I've been waiting for a lot of packages to show up from online shopping. And, you know, there's scam numbers that are like, you have a voicemail waiting, click this dodgy website. And, you know, you get 1 million of those a day. Yeah. And then one came through and I was just on autopilot at work and it said, you have a package waiting for you. So in my brain, I didn't make the connection that it was dodgy. Clicked it, this website starts opening up, my phone starts slowing down, and I was just like, okay, all right.
Here we go.
Quickly
start the process.
Quickly rang Optus and I was like, hey, I think I'm going to get scammed. And they're like, all right, the best thing to do is change your number. Thankfully, Optus let you do it once for free. And I am still just like, fuck, your phone number is connected to everything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Anything you need to sign into, you have to get a text code.
You know how hard it is trying to remember a new number?
And it all goes to my old phone, and then I have to ring the company and be like, I can't get my old phone. Like, the amount of... Like, I had to delete Medicare.
Yeah.
Totally. I had to delete PayPal totally and just start again after 20, 30-minute phone calls to them saying, yes, it's me, I just have a new phone number.
Yeah.
But
yep.
Don't click those links.
I'm lucky enough to have never clicked those links. I've never had a moment of weakness where I've just gone click and then gone fuck. I've never let myself slip in that sense. I'm surprised because there's been a lot of links I've seen. I'm like, hey, some of these are getting good. Some of them feel too good to be true.
I don't know who would do it or why, so it must have been like a bot company or whatever, but my Snapchat was on the internet somewhere, so I would just get millions of requests a day of just like either bots or like dudes. It's like, I don't know where it is. Like,
I can tell you where.
Fucking God knows.
India.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, everything comes from there.
Yeah. I mean, it was usually on Tumblr under a photo of my dick, but that was me. That was consensual, all right?
Yeah, that was you asking for it all bit.
Yeah.
I miss the old the physical letters your family would get in the mail of like, hey, you have a relative in Zimbabwe who was the prince and has left you 74 million.
Bro, I barely have relatives here.
And you just like, I remember there was one time I got it and I showed my mum and it was just like, Mum, you got money? And she's just like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, what? Like, this shit ain't real. I'm like, oh, all right. And that shaped me for the rest of my life. So
yeah, there you go.
Never trusted Kenyan Prince if he told me I'm related to him.
Yeah.
When did you look your absolute best?
I don't know. Probably a couple of years ago when I had my long hair, I think.
Long hair was good.
Long hair Jack era was very good.
It's a different era.
Yeah.
But I like the era that you're in now.
And it was pre-COVID, so maybe I just have more fondness for that because I could do stuff with my long hair.
Yeah. You could showcase it.
Yeah, but I've never, even for James's wedding, like I dressed up nicely and stuff, but I don't think I looked my best. I looked nice because I put some sort of effort into it.
Mm.
And by that I mean my mum ironed my pants for me. And by my pants I mean my brother's that I just borrowed.
I don't know. Maybe I'd say just right now.
Yeah.
Some freshly shaved and the beard's been trimmed.
If you can find Adam's YouTube channel and go back to his little scene guitar covers, he was like the poster boy for Tumblr.
If I don't know if my Tumblr's still
It's
active.
so hard to believe it's you.
Yeah. If you want, just go onto my Facebook because I don't delete photos on Facebook. So
I deleted my entire Facebook to avoid that shit.
It's all on there. There's many a photo of me on the internet you can find of my bare ass. Because my drunken days...
There's photographic evidence of why you don't drink anymore.
Yeah. 7 years has been since I've been fully drunk. I've been tipsy to a degree in the last little bit, but never fully drunk where I don't remember and I throw up that night, because if I get drunk, I throw up. That's a given.
Yeah.
There's never been a night where I won't throw up because I just drank too much and then poo myself the next day. But that's a story for another time, kids.
I'll ask that next week, everyone.
Yep. All right, let's jump to Alyssa's second part of her questions that she sent. How long can you hold your breath for?
Probably not very post-heart attack.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say don't try.
No.
I
hold my breath when I'm concentrating. I don't know why. Yeah, people stick their tongue out or like talk to themselves or whatever. I'm a breath holder.
Yeah, mine's tongue's out for me all the time. I wouldn't think it'd be too long. I'm an ex-smoker. I don't physical activity anymore.
Two of the most unfit people in the world.
Yeah.
Sitting on this couch.
Unfortunately, with COVID, I haven't been able to play tennis in the last fucking 3 months. But apparently now we can go play. It's classified now as sport.
Yeah.
You just strictly play and go. You cannot congregate. So hopefully we can get it back in, especially with this lovely spring weather we now have.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get a little bit fit. Maybe I'll hold my breath for a little bit longer. Scissor, paper, rock, live on air.
Scissor, paper, rock. Scissor, paper, rock. Scissor, paper, rock. Hey, winner.
It's always rock.
That's just for the YouTube, baby.
There you go. If Brooke were a queen and didn't do either, who out of you would do all the cooking and who would do all the cleaning?
Well, I can't cook for shit, and you can, and I quite enjoy cleaning.
She's going to get a right laugh out of you saying that.
Yeah, but you can cook better than I can.
I have a very minimal amount that I can cook upon. If you like eggs and ramen.
Yep,
and
they're two good things.
Some sausages.
They're also good.
My steaks aren't very good at all. But if you like eggs, we're good.
All right. Yeah, that's more than can be said for me.
Yeah, and
I like cleaning.
Yeah, you like the cleaning, so that makes a lot more sense anyway.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to clean.
Yeah.
I'll clean to an extent, but I'm just like, I'd rather just cook it. If you had a vagina on the bottom of your foot, would you try and fuck it?
Yeah.
100%.
Fuck yeah.
It'd be awkward as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think I could, but I would try.
Yeah, you have to give it a red hot go.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I have very long legs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long way to go for you. I don't know how far your dick hangs out. Haven't seen it yet still. But might be a bit of an issue. But it's definitely trying to get fucked. Would you ever get matching tattoos? Suggestion. Brooke was here on your...
That's fucked up.
Is she saying, are we going to get matching tattoos?
It's been
or is
13
it just like,
years.
would you just get matching tattoos?
I think she's asking you and I. Yeah, I would. I would get our logo.
100%.
I would absolutely get our logo.
I'd get anything, bro. I'd just put anything in my body. Half my tattoos, I don't. I just went, what do you got?
Yeah, all of my tattoos are like, I was bored and had money that day.
I pulled this one out of a jar. It was just a mystery. It was just pulled in. There it is. It says Lone Wolf. I'm like,
yeah, I only have two that actually mean something.
Very well settled, but yeah, same. I mean,
yeah, fuck yeah, I get matching tattoos.
I got the one for my nan and there.
Yeah. I got a PlayStation controller tattoo that symbolises my friends, who I'm still friends with. Oh, I guess that means something because I got that when I got dumped. And then I have a lovely one on my leg. I wouldn't get Brooke was here. That's...
I'd like to say that I wouldn't, but
I would get Brooke was here and you would get Brooke is still here.
Yes, I like that.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one. I'd get that for sure.
That's not happening, but that's pretty good.
No, maybe.
We got a good joke out of it. Thanks, Alyssa.
If you were a dog, would you like a ball, a rope, or a frisbee?
I need all the help I can get. A frisbee has a lot of surface area, so it might be easy to catch and carry around.
Yeah, I feel like the frisbee would be funner. Especially if I was...
You can do less damage. Like a rope would fucking hurt if you get clocked with it. I would have thought.
Well, I feel like any time a dog plays with a rope, they just do the swing thing with it, and
Yeah.
if someone else is in the vicinity, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're
You
straight
just
dead.
whack it straight in here.
Gone. No, frisbee would be the way to go. It's just a fun. It's a disc of funness.
Yeah.
And I'd highly recommend a frisbee for your dog. Speaking of, Brooke, can we get a dog yet? Hopefully she gets to that part and she just goes, "Oh my god."
We'll hear it from downstairs.
Yeah, we'll hear it eventually. All right, that's the questions.
Hey.
That's it all done. That's the show done for the week. Guys, thank you very much for sticking around with us, checking out the show. The extra episode for this week was The Emperor's New Groove. Next week we are doing
An American Werewolf in London. Hey, he's got it.
There it is. Got it. So you can check that out on Thursday coming up on the Spotify's and YouTubes and everywhere else that they're around. If you want to send us any questions over on Instagram, the links are all down below in our link tree. You can find us everywhere there. If you're through the week, send us a DM. If you've got something to ask, we'll put it through the main show. If you want any merch, you like that podcast.store. Pick yourself up something nice. Send us a photo when you do get it. It'll be nice to see you in that. Like, share, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. If you're listening to us, chuck up a screen if you're listening. If you're on the YouTube, just hit the like button. Very easy. It does a lot for us here. Helps us out. Grow even farther than we have already. And yeah, just stay well. Stay healthy. And until we see you guys on the next main show and the extra episode, you've been joined with me. My name is Adam, and I am one half of the Like That podcast.
If you want to suggest a movie or a topic for the main show, slide us a DM.
Yes.
Like, we might say no, but also movies are hard to think of every week. So if you have a suggestion, please do let us know. We might say no, we might not do it.
Yeah.
But we might also do it because there's not a lot going on in New South Wales right now.
Yep. Very true.
But until then, my name is Jack. I am the other half of You Like That podcast.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.